basically it was completely misrepresenting the facts and the reality. That's where we are. Audit quality in financial institutions requires a lot of attention. I have been talking with the chairman of FRC on that issue, that we have to look at it in a joint collaborative manner. At least as far as I am concerned as a governor, as long as I am there as a governor, the quality issues must not be compromised, and we must make efforts so that FRC and Bangladesh Bank, as regards the governance or corporate governance and the accounts, audit and inspections by our Bangladesh Bank audit teams, they are done professionally. They are done not to hide things, but to make things as explicit as possible so that the real picture comes out. We all know that without improvement in the quality of that reporting, audits and accounting and so on, we will never be able to attract the confidence of our investors. The state of the stock market is a reflection of that. We lost trust. People don't trust the accounts of our companies. And why would they invest if we cannot regenerate their trust in the companies? And how will they trust? Basically by reading the key findings provided by the audit firms, prepared by the accountants, and inspected by the inspectors like from Bangladesh banks and others and so on. They must improve in all their dimensions. On the Bangladesh Bank side, as I already stated, we are already in the process of risk-based risk RBS system, which will allow for prospective risks to be endogenized into the assessment process. That's important, and that's going to be launched from January 2026. We have already had piloted 20 banks, and the other 41 banks will be piloted by the end of this year, and it will be done. We are also going to implement IFRS 9 for all banks and financial institutions, banks. And that's also a very challenging task. Normally it takes 4 to 6 years. We have prepared a schedule to compress it within 2 years' time, starting from January 26. Finished to be fully implemented by January 28 or December 28. So that's our goal. We want to work together with FRC in realizing these objectives. There will be resistance. It's not easy. I have my own experience with some of the public sector corporations while I was in the private sector. We initiated a project to prepare and train 4 SOEs. I can name them: Power Development Board, Petro Bangla, and what is this? BPC, Petroleum Corporation, and one was the Shipping Corporation. None of them ultimately cooperated with our team to conduct IFRS transformation process, and it failed. We had to tell our donor-financed sponsor that it's not going to work. Take your money and let's abandon the effort. There's a strong resistance from within, and it will be there. So we have to use carrot support in the form of training, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not that I issue the circular and it is done. No. Every institution has to go through the training process of its staff, reorient them with the new accounting standards and the integrity of those, and so on. And also stick. If you don't comply, there has to be a sanction on the institution, and so on. Governance is an important issue. We all know that. Corporate governance is not improved. There has to be a demand for quality accounts and quality reporting from within the system also. And that is absolutely virtually lacking. There are some differences, but in most cases it is the demand side issue is not there. Not only not there, they don't ask for quality, but they ask for distorting the quality of reports. So that's why good governance in the form of the board, management and so on will be very important. For example, we are trying to review the Bank Companies Act as regards the financial sector, how to strengthen governance of the banks so that we create that professionalism, that integrity, fit and proper tests for the board members of the banks and financial institutions. We will be going to the government on those issues later for enactment on those amendments. But I think this is also important. If we cannot create quality boards, and if the boards are not inclined to accept the changes, it will be 10 times more difficult to bring about it. So we have to start from multiple angles, not just only from one. There's no single silver bullet that I make these changes and it's done. No, it's not done. It will require strong efforts, sustained efforts. Strong and independent FRC, as highlighted by the new chair, is very important. FRC has been understaffed. It has primarily been on paper, frankly speaking, until now. And we need to support, we have the Honorable Advisor and others, to support it with proper budget, proper staffing. Salaries of the staff who will be engaged there needs to be commensurate with the skill. So all kinds of, it is a specialized institution. We have to keep that in mind, that any specialized institution needs to have its own professional group of people and corresponding compensation package and so on. So these are important issues. We have to support it, build it up. 150 staff, 13 working. That's not going to get the job done. We have to support it. We have, from Bangladesh Bank side, we had a very productive discussions. I personally assured FRC chair that we will provide technical support and cooperation jointly to make the changes happen, particularly with respect to the financial institutions. And that commitment is very much there. Finally, I would say that the task ahead is not easy, but it is vitally important. If you want to restore confidence of investors, if you want to bring investors in Bangladesh, foreign or domestic, either, we have to build up the trust of those investors in our accounting system. This process has to start and must be sustained over a long time. I wish FRC success, and I hope the community of auditors, accountants and so on, they will support this journey. Let me make one observation here. If I today judge the performance of audit firms based on the audit reports, I can tell you there will be no auditors left which will be qualified to do the job. Because the way it has been done and reported, misreported does not qualify them to be in the profession in the future. But বাংলায় একটা কথা আছে ঠক বাস্তে গা উজাড়. So we cannot do that also. So we need to reorient our institutions, our focus, our professional in the back and make the changes happen. It's a collective journey. We have to work with the profession as a whole. We have to work with the financial institutions, all of them, non-financial institutions, all of them, as well as institutions like Bangladesh Bank, FRC, and other regulatory bodies. If we work jointly, we can achieve major achievements in 5 years' time, certainly. It's not one-day affair, it's a process, and we need to work together to make it a success. I thank you again, FRC, and the professional bodies to organize this collectively. I think this is an opportune moment, but we should all realize that we should wake up and we should give a clear signal to all segments and all regulators as well that we have to work together to take us from this level to the higher level. And let's work together.